What is going on? My name is the Tech Bear, and today I'm here to talk a little bit about the new AMD processors. Lo and behold, the day has come. Ryzen is upon us, and may the glorious PC god shine happily on us this day. So AMD has been working on their new processor lineup called Ryzen. We were under the codename of Zen for a while, but recently there have been some specs that have been released. These specs look fucking awesome. I mean, they look great. The three that I'm going to discuss today is the AMD Ryzen 7 lineup. So from the top to the bottom, we have the Ryzen 7 1800X, the Ryzen 7 1700X, and the Ryzen 7 1700. Prices from top to bottom are $499, $399, and $329. Now, in my personal rig, I have an older processor right now. I've got an i5-3570K, and that processor served me very well for a very long time, but it's getting to the point where I need a little bit of extra performance. I'm making these videos, I gotta do things where I need to render them, and it's chewing up that CPU, man, because I just don't have those extra cores to get these things done. So I look to Ryzen. If you go to wccftech.com, you can see a few things here, such as some performance benchmarks. And it looks like the 1800X for $499 outperforms the Intel Core i7-6900K, which cost $1,050. So for a little less than half the price, you can have a processor that performs a bit better than on par. That is awesome. Not only is it awesome from a technical standpoint, but this is great for us as consumers. Because for a long time, Intel has worked on this tick-tock philosophy. Intel is on the Kaby Lake level processors, and the Kaby Lake processors perform very similar to the Skylake processors that came out last year, so the 6000 series processors. Now, when Skylake was being released, I thought to myself, well, hot damn, I'm going to go out and get me one of them, until I saw the benchmarks and I saw the overall energy of the whole thing. And a lot of reviewers said, if you've got something Ivy Bridge and higher, you may not want to consider jumping on the Skylake bandwagon. So considering all that, if I was to go out and buy a Kaby Lake i5 right now, because I suppose I would buy an i7, but at the time, before I was doing this, I probably would have just stuck with the i5, seeing as I was really just using it for PC gaming. For the price, I'm not getting that much more back for my money, so I wouldn't have, done that. I wouldn't have wanted to stick with it. I really would have wanted to stay with what I have, which is the 3570K, which I have overclocked to 4.2 gigahertz. Now, that being said, the new Ryzen lineup looks very, very promising. Obviously, it's going to have support for DDR4 memory, which is significantly faster than DDR3 memory. It seems like every memory revision we have is a big jump. In fact, DDR3 is a lot more than your average consumer is going to use anyway. So jumping to DDR4 is going to be really, really good. So while we're looking at the AMD Ryzen series here, we're going to take a look at the base clock and the boost clocks for each of them, starting from top to bottom at the 1800X all the way down to the 1700. So the 1800X has a base clock of 3.6 gigahertz, which boosts to 4.0. The 1700X has 3.4 with a boost of 3.8. And the 1700 has a 3.0 boost to 3.7. So obviously the 1800X is going to use more power, but it's not really a huge deal, seeing as these all have 8 cores and 8 hyperthreads. So essentially you're getting 16 threads total. So for multi-threaded applications, it's going to be awesome. It still looks like it's about on par with Intel as far as single-core performance. And if you remember from the FX series, single-core performance for the pile driver architecture was not better than the Intel single-core performance. My processor stacked up against the 8350 had a much better single-core performance than that processor did. So if you're looking to get a new processor, or you were thinking about waiting, think no more. You can pre-order these right now. I would recommend them right now, even though I have not personally done any benchmarks. I'm kind of looking around. I'm seeing what people are saying. I'm picking up what they're putting down. You know what I mean? So I would definitely look at this because they're a lot cheaper than the Intel variants. I mean, unless you know for a fact that you need an Intel processor, I would say definitely give Ryzen a shot. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment below. Please like the video, and as always, subscribe if you want to see more content. If you have any other questions, I am the Tech Bear, and you know where to find me, right here on the Tech Bear channel. Thanks for watching.